With the release of the Alphafly 3s, running shoes have gotten too good. So I decided to run an all-out mile in 4 different illegal shoes, starting with the New Balance Fuel Cell Super Comp. It is illegal to wear these during Ironmans. There's only 4 shoes that are banned by Ironman, and this is one of them. Theoretically, these things are even better than the Alphafly because the Alphafly is legal to wear in the race. But I'm gonna throw them on, run an all-out mile, see what I can do with them, and see why they're illegal. I was pretty excited to run in these, but first impressions, these don't feel super bouncy. When you put on the Alphafly, it feels bouncy. You feel the extra, whatever, 6% return or whatever they claim it is. This is drone pilot Isaac. He's gonna give a prediction for each of these shoes.
These are very fast shoes.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. I'm gonna predict he's gonna bust out 505.
Oh, all right, we're about to find out. All out mile number 1. I'm 100% not ready to run an all out effort right now, but let's see what the New Balances can do. So I begin illegal shoe mile number 1, and I figured this one would be pretty fast. Remember, these shoes are literally illegal to wear in an Ironman because the soles are too thick and essentially have too much bounce. I haven't ran this hard of an effort since my marathon over 2 months ago, so it felt great to open up and really rip some fast running. After a lap, I could really tell the difference between the New Balances and the pegs that I was wearing before. The New Balances felt super cushioned and I could feel the bounce almost instantly after I began running. These shoes were already so much better than any of the shoes I ran in during the band shoe video, and I knew I would be running a pretty quick time. The only question was, could I beat Isaac's prediction of a 5:05 mile? I'm about to head into the last lap and I'm definitely feeling pretty tired. My 2 months of recovery after the marathon is starting to come back and bite me, but I'm trying to kick it in to run as fast as possible. I have less than 200 meters to go and my legs are still feeling pretty cushioned. My lung capacity was the thing that was hurting me in the moment. But I'm able to finish the mile out in a 5:16. It's the fastest mile I've ran in a long time. Little 5:16, bit off Isaac's prediction, but I'm pretty happy with it. These shoes, I see why they're illegal. Now we're gonna go to one of the craziest shoes I've ever seen in my life. A clear reason why they're illegal. Second illegal shoe is something so insane. I cannot believe I'm about to do it. And I've done some pretty insane stuff on this channel. I am legitimately terrified for running in these. Gonna be like 8'2" after I put them on. Granted, I was like 6'6" before. It's pretty obvious why these are illegal. Let's throw them on, see how hard it is to balance, and then we'll hit our second illegal shoe mile. If I don't end up in a hospital after this mile, I'll be floored. I was legitimately scared to put these on, and it took like 10 minutes to get me strapped up, ready to run.
Time prediction, Tyler. I'm predicting 10 flat.
Okay, honestly, it's generous. I like it. Then it was time to stand. Oh my God. I mean, there's no shot. I feel like super tall. I'm gonna somehow attempt to run a mile in these. I think Isaac's 10 flat is gonna fall way short. If you gentlemen could walk me to the start line, and then I'm on my own. I'm actually kind of terrified. Second illegal shoe mile coming up.
Mark. It's set. Let's go, Tyler! Let's go, Tyler!
Oh yeah! Whoa. It's a DNF, let's be honest. That was a miracle I made it 10 meters. That was exhilarating though. Let's move on. So for illegal shoe number 3, we have these guys. It's like the most OP, deadly version of spikes you'll ever see in your life. You're 0 for 2. What's your prediction for these?
I want success. I'm gonna do 13.
It's a high bar, but it feels achievable.
Those look like the most painful ones yet.
These could be a murder weapon. We're gonna throw them on. I'm about to break my arch, but it should be fun. Though not as scary as the stilts, I was still pretty scared to run in these. One wrong foot movement and I could cut my whole leg open. I mean, it's not terrible. We'll see what we can do. I feel pretty confident I can beat Isaac's prediction of 13. I'm just scared I'm gonna tear my arch in half. And away we go. So I start running and almost instantly one of the shoes comes off. I consider going back for it, but I want to keep running. But then the other shoe falls off. Bro, what happened? These shoes are terrible. How did this come off? I thought the shoes split in half for a second. I had these tied as tight as they could go. All right, we gotta get the other one. So with the clock counting up, I head back to put the other shoe on again. The problem is there's no heel support, which makes it very easy for my heel to just slip out the back. Maybe if I just take it like super slow. All right, time's ticking though. I'm trying to take it easy and not kick up my heel too much, but it doesn't even matter. What is happening? Oh my gosh, this is terrible. I've already stopped twice and I'm not even 100 meters into this mile. We're just gonna take it so slow, just so they don't come off, because that's been the biggest time drain. I don't know if I can beat 13 now. My biggest hope at this point is just to finish and not have the shoes come off again. Oh my God. This is terrible. These are the worst shoes I've ever seen in my life. So we take another 30 seconds to try one more time to get them to not fall off. And granted, they're definitely meant for walking, but this is just sad. I finally get them on again, but I'm about to have a close call with a major injury. We might have to call it. I almost just got impaled by my own shoes. Back-to-back DNFs. We got one more pair of illegal shoes, and I don't think I'll DNF in these. For our fourth and final pair of illegal shoes are these. They're called Slowman, and they're literally the cheapest pair of shoes you can possibly buy. These are half of the price of the Falfa Flies. In the Falfa Flies, all out, I ran a 6:07 mile, which makes me think it might be hard to break 7 minutes in these, despite them looking pretty good. Isaac is 0 for 3. So what's the prediction?
I'm gonna say 6:45 for the $13 shoes.
These aren't really illegal, but it's kind of fun. So let's hit it. I feel pressure. I gotta perform here. Last pair, fast pair, right? I'm pretty neutral about my speed in these, considering they literally have the name Slow Man. Mile in the Slow Mans. I literally cannot believe that is what the name of the shoe is. They feel all right. A 6:45 feels doable. They have absolutely no bounce. So it's almost like I'm wearing super minimalistic shoes. Last illegal shoe, let's get it. We're praying this isn't a DNF. After the last 2 DNFs, I know I'm definitely gonna finish this mile. The Slowmans might not be fast, but they at least have the basic structure of running shoes, which means I should be able to take them for a ride. I started out the first lap pretty conservatively, mostly because I wasn't sure how they would feel running in them. But as I come through the first lap, I clock an 89, which would put me at a 5:56 mile, way ahead of Isaac's 6:45 prediction. And honestly, I'm feeling pretty good, so I decide to up the pace and see what I'm able to crank out in these $13 shoes. Next thing I know, I'm running 5:40 pace and it actually doesn't feel terrible. The natural comparison shoe is the Falfa Flies, and with some good heel support, the Slowmans really exceed the Falfa Flies. I'm over 800 meters in now, and I know that I'm gonna be sub 6 for sure. The question is, how far under 6 minutes can I get? For a $13 shoe, the Slowmans get the job done. It has all the essentials you really need in a running shoe. Heel support, sole cushion, laces. For 1 mile, they're definitely not bad, but it might be tough to run 40 miles a week in them. Now I'm deep on my final lap and I'm really kicking it home. My 4th lap was an 81-second lap, and I end up finishing the entire mile in a 5:40. 5:40. Maybe these things are worth the $13.